Why do political leaders sometimes bluff, tit for tat, or sabotage cooperation, even when this undermines collective goals? In politics, decisions are rarely made in isolation. They're shaped by strategy, expectations, and the constant question, what will the other side do next? I'm Professor Hellstrom, and in this video, we'll explore game theory, a framework that shows how decision makers make choices not just based on what they want, but based on what they think others people will do or what they want. Game theory emphasizes the interconnectedness of decision making. Each actor's choices depend on what they expect others to do and what others actually do. It's not just about what you want, it's about predicting how others will respond and act accordingly. One famous concept in game theory is the prisoner's dilemma. It illustrates how rational actors might fail to cooperate even when it's in their best interest. Here's the setup. Imagine two suspects are arrested for a crime and are held in separate cells. The police offers each a deal. If one confesses and the other stays silent, the one who confesses walks free and the other gets a heavy sentence. If both stay silent, they both get a light sentence. But if they both confess, they each get a moderate sentence. The best collective outcome here is for both prisoners to stay silent. But here's the twist. They can't communicate, and they can't trust that the other prisoner will not betray them. So the move that minimizes their own risk is for each to confess. So they both end up worse off than if they had cooperated, because they don't have the trust and they don't have the ability to coordinate their actions. They just have to work on anticipation. This is what makes a dilemma. Even though cooperation gives a better outcome collectively, strategic mistrust leads both players to hedge, and that's exactly the kind of logic we see in politics too, whether in coalitions negotiations, arm races, budget standoffs. Take, for example, an international trade negotiation between two countries. Each country has its own goals. Say, one wants to protect its domestic industries, while the other wants greater access to foreign markets. The outcome of the negotiation depends on how each side predicts how the other will act. If one country threatens tariffs, the other may retaliate with sanctions, leading to a trade war that hurts both sides. Alternatively, if both compromise, they might actually arrive at a mutually beneficial deal. An illustrative real-life example is US-China tariff tensions in 2018-19. The US imposed tariffs on Chinese imports to pressure China on trade practices. China retaliated with tariffs on US goods. Each move triggered the other to escalate into a trade war that harmed both economies. From a game theory perspective, each country's decision wasn't just an economic judgment, it was a strategic move shaped by expectations. If I back down, the other guy wins. The result wasn't mutually beneficial cooperation, but mutually economic harm. One classic dilemma in the logic of strategic interactions. So this dynamic, the constant calculation of risks, payoffs, and potential strategies, is at the heart of game theory. Game theory has been particularly influential in fields like international relations, where decisions are rarely made in a vacuum. Whether it's nuclear deterrence during the Cold War, coalition building in parliamentary systems, or negotiations in climate agreements, the theory can help us explain how interdependence and strategic calculation influences behavior. It often assumes, however, that actors have perfect information and rational preferences, which is rarely the case in real-world politics. So struggles to account for emotions, misperceptions, and non-strategic behavior like ideological commitments. That is where game theory gets weaker. But if you ever wondered why leaders seem to engage in brinkmanship or why organizations carefully hedge their decisions, game theory provides a powerful framework. Decision-making is rarely about isolated choices, it's about playing the game. If you found this video useful, give it a like, a subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. You can support the channel on Patreon or Ko-fi or book one-on-one tutoring with me through Superprof. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.